What's up, loyal Cub fans? Exciting day on September 6th, Thursday night, getting close to the weekend. Cubs play a lot of night games going into the weekend. Start off first game of the series, looking at the matchup Strasburg against Hendricks, and I thought, it could be a coin flip type of game. National has been scoring a lot of runs. They did pretty, even though they lost 2 out of 3 against the Cardinals, they did really well, especially against their bullpen late and even fairly good early. So I knew this would not be a pushover series, and it's always nice to get off to a good start. Cubs did win 6-4. Took 10 innings to get the win. Hendricks was looking great the first 3 innings. I know at that point he had like 5 Ks and no walks, and then unfortunately the 4th and 5th inning looked like he was going to get out of some jams, but Nationals had some 2-out rallies. They hit a 2-run home run. They got 3 runs in the 4th inning after the Cubs took a 2-0 lead, and then they get another RBI hit to get a 4th run in. So it was not a quality start by Hendricks. We need to get the bats going, so we started using pinch hitters. It's only 5 innings, 4 runs given up by Hendricks. Unfortunate after his last start. He said this is the most locked in I felt. So he could probably get back on track. Not a horrible start. He just couldn't quite get out of jams. It looked like he was going to get out of them with 2 outs, and then he gave up some big hits, and Nationals did a good job, moving guys over, getting them in. But I had a feeling the Cubs could, they got 3 runs against Strasburg. He didn't get a quality start. They took him out after 5 2/3. They were getting a little bit worried. We had a base runner. His pitch count was like 111, and Murphy was coming up, so I can see why they made the change. And unfortunately, Murphy couldn't get that big hit in the 6th. But we just kind of kept scrapping back. We were up 2-0, and then we were down 3-2, and then we tie at 3-3. Then we're down 4-3 again, and then Sober's got a RBI sac fly. We left some runs on the table definitely during regulation too, and it's kind of interesting down the stretch. We ended up bringing in Rosario. Did fairly well. 6th inning he did great. Gave up 1 hit. Pitched around that. 7th inning he gave up an early hit, and then he caught the guy, picked him off. And then he gave up another hit later, and so he went 1 2/3. Gave up like 3 hits, at least they were singles. Didn't give up any runs, but Madden didn't want to press the luck, which was unfortunate because we brought in Cisick there, but he felt like there was that mid-game closer we needed, and Cisick got the big out to get out of the 7th inning, kept it a tie game. And then you're hoping the bats would get it going, so it wouldn't be so stressful because you're thinking 8th inning, what do we do now? And they went with Edwards, who was, he's having a pretty good season overall, like a 2.5 ERA or something like that. But last outing, it was pretty rough, hitting the batter, walking several guys, gave up a key run. And so Edwards came in. He walked a guy, got 1 out, then he gave up a double, so it's getting kind of scary with only 1 out. Tie game in the 8th, guys in 2nd and 3rd, and so we had to pull him. And Justin Wilson, who's been outstanding, definitely getting in the Madden circle of trust, already is. He comes in with guys in 2nd and 3rd with 1 out, strikes out to get the 2nd out. That was huge. And then the 3rd out, he gets a fly out to get out of the inning without giving up the lead. Still tied. I thought 9th inning we had a good chance. You have your Baez, your Rizzo, your Soberis. Nationals don't have the best relief pitching. They had like Holland, but we couldn't get it done. Baez had a bad at bat. It was unfortunate. Baez had a good hit early with his wheels. He scored again from first. It seems like every time he's on first, Rizzo could get a single or a bloop double, whatever. Bias is going to find a way to score. He's that exciting on the base pads. So we get into the 10th inning, and Elmore got a key double. It's good to see he got a couple hits tonight. And then, after that, Bodie, of all people, comes in, pinch hit, and he gets a key double. Elmore scores. Cubs are up 5-4. And then to add on a good measure, Taylor Davis, catcher for Iowa. He was a September call-up last year. We have 4 catchers on the team now. He was brought up. We pretty much just used the whole team. And he got a pretty nice RBI hit, between first and second base. We're up 6-4, so you think this is looking pretty smooth. We already used Strop in the 9th, so it's like, who do we use in the 10th? We'll go with Chavez, who's been pretty good overall, but last outing he gave up a 2-run homer. And there's a few calls where Chavez got kind of shafted. He ended up giving up a walk, gave up a hit. Guys on first and third, getting a little bit scary. But Chavez got, a key strikeout. He was able to pitch around that. And I believe that's his 4th save for the Cubs. And he had some other saves in his career. So, it's going to be kind of a group effort. Not much you can do when you go extra innings. Sometimes you just have to use everyone at some point. But good start. I'm kind of fearful. We keep having games like this going into the Brewers. It's going to be a tough series because by then it's going to be game 21, 22, and 23. But every win adds up, even if we can't beat the Brewers, which I think we can next time around because we're going to have them at home. Hopefully Lester can flip the switch, get 7-8 good innings where the bullpen can maybe get a little bit of a break. So otherwise, we're going to have to use some of our lower leverage guys, and that can get a little bit dicey. But the pitching matchup, I want to say it's Lester versus Ross, so it looks favorable. Then you go into Saturday, and it's pretty interesting. Hamels versus Max. And Max, he may win the Cy Young. But we were able to hang in there last time, and then we won late innings when we got to the relief. Bodie hit a grand slam. Bodie may be responsible for why Nationals traded all their guys, but they still have a lot of talent. Pretty exciting stuff. Good to get off to win. 4.5 game lead. We're looking at 22 games left in the year. So they definitely, they're pretty close to almost having a playoff spot clinched, like 6.5, 7 games or something like that. Lead over like the Dodgers if we were to slip and fall behind the Brewers and Cardinals. Right now it's looking like 3 teams in our division is going to make the playoffs the way they're going. But still a lot more baseball left. But it's funny, a few games ago, people were crying that Madden's going to get fired. We're not going to make the playoffs. It's like, we had a good August. We won the first 2 games in September. Then we lost 2. Now we won 2. So we're 4-2 in September. It's pretty respectable. You win 2/3 of your games. So still a lot of good competition to go. But Cubs are playing pretty good baseball. They're hitting the ball fairly good. Playing to get some good competition. People got to understand that. You play the Brewers at Milwaukee. Winning on the road is tough. Milwaukee's got the 2nd best record overall in the league. They don't have that for nothing. And they made a lot of transactions to help their team get better. But Cubs, when they're clicking, they're the best team in the National League, and they have the best record. So, go Cubs, go.